Countdown has begun.
Woo!
Man, look at that. I wish I had a $100 bill just like that one.
Yeah, we might need
That's probably a collector's. That's probably a collector's edition $100 bill.
Yeah.
It's probably worth. It's probably worth millions.
see the chat there. 80. Awesome. Tim. Might see him a bit.
Who's up in here? Oh, Katie Turk. Welcome in, Katie. Thanks for being here. Is that one of your sisters, Matt?
I don't know. One of my buddies that joined me on the Chattanooga pit.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And a killer palate.
Matthew's up in the house. What's up, Matt?
Matthew. What's up, Matthew?
Bradley Booper here. He's always one of the first guys in. That guy is here when the doors open. We appreciate you, Brad. You are awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Back at it after the holiday weekend. Doing the hard work of sipping whiskey. There we go.
All right, let's get to it, y'all. It's time. It's time.
Do you think that last night may be the most epic moment of your life?
Yes.
I do too. I think that last night, once that hits,
Yeah.
there could possibly be a revolution in
Yeah.
the whiskey industry for a guy
absolutely.
named Mac. And I'm just glad that I'm here for the ride.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here for the ride too. Let's
I'm
go.
providing
Let's go.
Happy Tuesday, Mac. It is not Sunday. Do not change the channel. It is Tuesday. We're live. Hack and Mack. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Hope you had a great weekend.
Cha-ching. Cheers. Had a good weekend. Had a long weekend. You always pay for that when you come back to work on a Tuesday. You think, it's awesome. I've got Monday off, and then everybody packs all that work into those 4 days. So, yeah, it was a hell of a day. So I was very, very happy to get to the end of the day, to get to a pour with my friend Mac. But I'm even more excited about what we got coming up.
Oh, yeah. We got some awesome stuff today. Great to see the chat already hopping off here.
Yeah, it is exciting. So we got the chat hopping off. You're hopping off. You're not in your little whiskey dungeon. You're somewhere fancier. Where are you at?
I know. I'm here in Miami. Here, Veronica's place. She's got a nice place here on the beach. So this is my secondary selection. But you
picked up all those. You picked those up over the weekend, didn't you?
Oh yeah, right. No, this is about 2 years of accumulation here. There's a couple more, but I try not to go too crazy because got a lot back home.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, you don't have to lie to me. I know you're on the hunt. You're in Florida. I am. I'm sipping on something kind of special tonight. I've got the Nashville Barrel Grateful Kelvins because you gifted this to me, and also I thought I was special, but I just learned that you may have given Tim a bottle too, and I think we need to talk about that.
Well, you are very special, and Tim is special. It's not a competition, Hack. I wanted you guys to both. You mean a lot to me, and I love that bottle. So, I mean, I hope you can still feel special.
Oh, I do, but not as special. I do also feel special because I'm wearing the very special MGP shirt. Because boop beep. But this shirt it's shrunk on the wash. So I wanted to make sure that the camera view kind of stayed from here because you got a serious flat tire situation going on there. So Heavy Arms said, "Hey, that Hack guy is super hot." I'm really hot in this MGP sweatshirt because it's really kind of it's tight on the guns. It's a little tight through the midriff, but I think we're going to start a trend with these shirts.
I think so. I mean, Katie loves the shirt, one of the greatest shirts ever.
Yeah,
it's becoming a thing.
It is becoming a thing. I think we may be onto something. Maybe our first merch is a shirt.
Yeah, we may have to check on the legality of some of this, but you know what? I think any publicity is good publicity, right?
It is. And so speaking of publicity, tonight we're going to do something we've never done before, live on stream in front of the entire world. Are you a little nervous?
Oh, I am a little nervous, I'll be honest.
Yeah, so our good friend Tim, who is going to join us in just a moment, has sent us a blind, and we're going to try to blind and pick what we like the most. We're going to try to pick proofs. You're going to pick exact mash bills, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah, right. That was a one-time thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have
we can't talk about that yet, but I should tease it a little bit. But we had a night at Watch Yo Proper that is of legend that was on our intro video that we can't wait to release to you. It's just I got to find time to do some editing. I got to find some time to do some video editing, and we'll get that out to you guys. But tonight we're gonna do a blind with our guy Tim, and so we're excited to do that. So I probably shouldn't delay too much because we got a lot to do in this hour, and we're gonna keep it out to an hour. Shout out to my Houston Basement Driller guys. I know they're here. They've got a blind tonight. Also shout out to your guys over with X1090, who you're gonna 21090. I'm sorry, 21090.
Okay.
You're gonna be joining those guys tonight too, right?
Yeah. We've got Katie here in the chat too. That was on the pick team with Chattanooga. We're gonna, after this, I think 9 Eastern is the 21090, and that's a 2 spell out 10 90 90.
That's probably why I was confused.
Yeah, no, I know. But Tim Pearson from Chattanooga Whiskey is going to be on there too. We're going to talk a little about that, so it's going to be awesome.
Look at you! You're already like guests on other shows. We're 3 weeks in. Your celebrity is just taking off.
Oh man, you're a celebrity too.
No. I'm just the old guy.
Yeah. What I'm sipping on, and I want to hear what this chat's sipping on really quick too before we jump into that.
Sure.
I am sipping on the Raven, which we'll get into maybe a little later, but I am loving this pour right here. What's the chat sipping on?
I haven't seen anybody.
I just love your shirt. I just love your shirt.
They're mesmerized by the shirt. I after you really kind of have called out this Raven pour, this is one of those moments we were like, hey, we got to live closer together because would love just to be able to sample. But here's what's the kind of cool thing is like community of whiskey is something I absolutely love because people are very giving, they're very open. One of the things my wife and I were talking about this weekend with some friends is that when we went to Spillway and we were at Cathead, it was the most random group of people ever thrown together, and they were just all introducing themselves, welcoming themselves, and the next thing you know, we meet our good friend. I meet Tim, who now is a good friend, and I've been to good times with, and now I happen to know the night of good times, Tim.
Not worthy.
Yeah.
Not worthy.
Yeah.
We're going to be graced by his presence here in a second, but he is the knight of good times. He knows where the barrels are. I mean, all the things before the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Game of Thrones. We could keep going, but let's see Tim here in a second.
Yeah. So I don't know, Mac. I don't want to rush it, but should we get in to bring Tim in, or what do you think?
I think so. I mean, we're sipping on. We're getting our palates ready for this.
Getting warmed up
to do a blind that we know nothing about. So maybe we should bring Tim in to talk a little bit about the blind.
Yeah, this will bring more validation to this. Let's get on over and let's see if Tim is with us. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
There he is. Look at him.
You don't have my shirt.
Hey, Matt.
Feeling a little bit left out here.
Hey, Matt.
A little left out.
What's up, baby? What's up? What's up?
I should have packed it for vacation. What was I thinking?
It's all right. You want to be with the cool kids. I just noticed in my blind cam you can see the midriff, which I don't care for. So I'm gonna kind of crunch over, but
Looking good.
looking good,
good.
looking good in this. Tim, how are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're doing good, man. We appreciate you sending us these blinds and doing it. So, Tim, we told you we don't want to know too much, but for the viewers at home, the millions and millions of viewers that have tuned in, tell us a little bit about the blind tonight. Not too much, but just give us a little flavor.
So this is my little bit of future talk here. My payback blind for what they did to me at Good Tie or at Watch Hill Proper.
What we did to you? Wait. You
Yeah.
felt like you were slighted. Why were you slighted at
So what the blind they gave me at Watch Hill Proper, it was basically a completely random blind. I think there is a weeded, a Kentucky bourbon, a cheap MGP, and something else.
Anything else?
Yeah.
And by we, he means me. I think I was the one who did this, and
Yes.
I had a couple pours, but yeah, Tim, that was a tough. But you did really well, from what I remember, on basically any bar, any.
I
bottle.
didn't do bad.
Yeah, no. But so those of you who haven't been to Watch Hill Proper, I'll just tell you. So one of the really cool things is that they have a whiskey consultant, because I cannot say the other word of what they actually are. I try every show and I still can't say it.
Sommelier.
Yeah, that one. So they have that guy, right? And he comes out to your table and they will 100% create a blind just for you based upon your desire. So I asked for things I liked, which is like that thick butterscotch, caramel, slide oak. Like I like a very traditional, some may call it a tater palate, but that's me. That's what I like. And then my guy Mac here, just a little, you may notice what he likes. And then we set Tim up, what we thought was, a pretty good challenge. But so Tim said, no. I'm going to get you guys back. I'm going to send you guys some samples, and we're going to try to blind them here tonight. Right, Tim?
Mm-hmm. So the only hints that I gave them is this is on my bar, and they're all bourbons, and they're not finished. Everything else is fair game.
But it's not on the bar behind you, you said, though, right?
It's not on the bar behind me, from what you can see.
Right.
They're all sitting off to my left here.
So for me, Mac, when I do a blind, I like to kind of cleanse the palate a little bit because I'm that sophisticated. I may even have to hold my pinky up.
Oh, that's some fancy water, though.
It is. Topo Chico, little cleansing of the palate. How do you like to do blinds, Mac?
I cleanse the palate. I kind of just go right in. I don't think too much about before I get in there. I do try to, so I don't just go raw into it. I don't know if I don't just go right into it. What I mean is you actually want to know what I have before?
Yeah, we need to clean this up. This is
okay. Sorry. Let me rephrase. We'll edit that out.
You don't go raw. I know that.
I start with a pour of Maker's Cask. The joke.
A Maker's Cask?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't that weird? It's just like most unoffensive equal, like, let's get rolling. So unfortunately tonight I've started with the Raven, which really kind of gets us rolling. So
I started with some Penelope 10-year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, nice, Tim. Nice.
How does Matt do a blind too, by the way? While we're talking
here. Tell us how you guys like to do blinds. So one thing, I think my wife got me a blind kit for Christmas, right? And we've used it, and I really like to nose all the way through, Mac. I'm going to start up here, and as you can see, I also got the blind cam. How about the blind cam? Got our blind cam set up.
Well, it's good. Yeah.
So we're going to...
It looks like...
Yeah, so you can see some color on these. I'm going to work my way through... That's D. Let me get over here to A. I'm going to work my way through nosing, right?
Mm.
Ooh, I think I know what A is.
That's a great nose.
Okay, all right. How do you want to do this, Mac? Do you want to nose while we talk? You want to talk about each one? I mean, we kind of got to get the content going here, but at the same
I
time,
know,
I don't want to get up in your head, right?
Off.
I don't want to go in raw on you.
Right. I say, and well, Tim, actually, what do you think? I think we go through and nose them, right? That's what you're saying.
I think you should go through and nose them. Maybe give kind of some brief thoughts on each one.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to A and go one time through.
Okay.
Talk about some other stuff. Go back through the opposite direction.
All right.
Like
Well,
your
then
water barrel.
You want to go first
I like
on A, Mac, or you want me to go first?
I get just straight up sour, sweet cherry on this nose. It reminds me of a certain distillery, but I am scared to go there. What do you get?
I get a little of that dusty rickhouse smell on this, where I think I know who it is. I don't, like I said, I don't want to be wrong. I'm going to wait till I taste, but it reminds me of walking in that rickhouse that I've been in before. And that's one thing I'll tell the chat too. Like when you do distillery tours and you get a chance to actually walk in a rickhouse, there is an undescribable smell that when you walk in a rickhouse, that there are certain pores. When you nose them, you can smell it. Like and I think like nose is all about memory, right? But I get that dusty wood rickhouse vibe on A.
You get
for
a funky
sure.
cherry at all in this? You don't get a funky cherry?
No, but my head's been all congested for like a week, so I may be off on the cherry, but I get a little bit of
funk.
I get a little floral, a little bit of floral on the back end, but this one on the back end of the nose. But this one for sure has got a dusty, oaky, woody. I get wood on A for sure. I wrote wood and I wrote age on A as well. I feel like that. I feel like I've got some age on A.
Put age on it too.
Okay, all right. So
I think
B,
you're going to get age on a lot of these.
Oh, we're gonna get age on one of them. Oh, that one's okay.
I get more dusty on this than the first one, and a little more cinnamon than dark fruit.
Yeah, B.
Oh no, I get dark fruit.
B,
More cinnamon.
B. I got a little more spice on B. It's a little lighter nose. It's not as astringent.
Yep.
The thing I was really blown away with too. There's this C.
I think the color on B and C are great.
That's one thing I'm probably not showing her well. The color is fantastic, and then also I'm looking at the legs a little bit on this, and it's very oily. It's very viscous. There's some thickness here. I've got an idea of what this is too, but I'm gonna say that's something I've had before. I'm really convinced. I get a little spice on the nose, and just to confirm, Tim, you did say they're all bourbons, right? No rye.
They're all bourbons. Yep, they're all bourbons. And I believe they're all Kentucky distilled.
So I'm going to move over to C now, Mac. Ooh, that's different.
I know. This one is different. I thought I got sourness on A, but I get some serious sourness on this one.
I get a lot of floral notes on C. A lot of floral notes on C. It reminds me of a little bit of honeysuckle.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, a little bit of honeysuckle, floral.
I get
A little
the
bit of
vegetable thing.
little herbal feel to this one.
I agree. All right, let's get out of here before people start.
Yep, bowing out. Floral. How about D on the nose?
Yeah. And all these are dusty.
This one's not quite as viscous, not quite as dark. A
Yeah.
little lighter. Very light nose on this. Let me try again.
Yeah. I get like dried apricot. I sound like a real asshole, but I do.
At least you didn't say marzipan.
That's true. That's coming though.
Yeah, it's
I don't have
very
mash
light
now.
fruit. I get a little bit of light berry. Yeah. All right.
All right, let's dig in here.
Nose all the way through. Now let's get to the tasting.
Back to A.
Back to
Start with
A. Yep, going back up the river, starting with A. Tim, you doing it with us too?
I have them all here.
Awesome.
Oh. I got honey immediately.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good pour. My God, that's good. I'm gonna have a hard time thinking there's much better than that. I get butterscotch in the middle of this. It's
Yeah.
not too hot. I don't not a lot of heat.
Very. Um. Yeah. It is a little more watery than I expected on viscosity, but it's good.
I get the nice oak at the end. It's this one's got that connection I like. A has the connection I like. It's got a nose that sets me up nicely for what I'm about to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it does take you on that journey that we like to talk about. Man, I'm gonna cleanse the palate, but man, I'm really in love with A after one sip.
Even though I'd say, it's not quite as strong of a flavor as maybe some other things, it definitely lingers, even
Yeah.
with being a little bit not as hot of a pour.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
It's
very
not
smooth
incredibly.
pour.
It's not incredibly complex to me. That's the only thing. It's good at what it does,
Yep.
and it's like honey, and I got some of the butterscotch, so I like it. But yeah, let's do it. See.
Now that I've gone back to B, I got a sweeter nose on B than I got the first time. That's kind of crazy. Like B's a little sweeter this time through.
Okay. There we go. Yeah. That one brings the complexity that the first one didn't have.
This got some proof
Mhm.
on it. This one got some proof on it.
Yeah, it's
Got a
still
little
very
bit.
viscosity's there. The oak's still going, and it's like vanilla oak, like custard.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I'll be curious to see if you guys can pick out the distilleries on each of these.
That would be something.
Yeah, I've got some guesses I'm saving. But to me, B definitely's got more proof on it than A when I'm comparing the two. My personal favorite so far is A.
Really? Okay. He's my favorite so far, but
Okay. All right, getting into C now, Mac.
yeah, and the color here, if you guys can't, the color here is just
Oh,
unbelievable.
this color. Okay. That's fantastic. Okay. All right.
We're entering hack territory here.
Ooh, this may be a tater bottle right here.
Uh-oh. Sniffing taters.
You know I have a tater nose.
You got a tater nose, everything. All right. Chat, no one talked about how they do blinds. Probably all logging
wow.
off. Like, what do you guys do?
I'm just going to say something, Tim. I could be totally wrong. But C reminds me, in that I had many pours that day at Spillway. So I cannot be held accountable for this. But C reminds me of President's Choice.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah. It's got that level of complexity. It's got that balance. It's got that. The finish is still happening. Like it's still, like the finish goes and goes and goes. It's not too astringent, but it keeps going.
The only thing that's different here and what I would think of as a President's Pour is that Old Forester has a lot more of that spice to me that I don't really get necessarily here, but
Okay.
it is that level of it's reaching that level for me. President's Choice.
So is B still your favorite?
C and B are close right now, and they're fooling me. Oh man.
All right, getting into D.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, wow.
Do it.
The nose on this one
Everyone-
is just.
I have a
It's fun.
feeling that Mac may like D.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah.
I'm trying to let you talk, Mac. I'm not trying to overpower you, but D, to me, I'm getting a lot of wheat on D.
You're getting wheat?
Yeah. I I get wheat on D, where I didn't get the wheat on the other ones, but could be that I've just gone all the way down the river here.
Yeah. Once we get, yeah, this is this is getting. I get that now that you say that. 'Cause
Here's
at
the
first
thing,
I
though.
went,
Here's the thing. Now that I've been all the way through them all, there's nothing I don't like. Like I
they're all
feel
great.
I feel like all of these things I would buy and I would enjoy and I would come back to. I have this feeling that like Tim, although said he's going to do us dirty, I think he did us nice. I feel
worried.
like we got good pours. I really do. It's like splitting hairs. It's like picking your favorite child because they're all good pours. Like there's nothing that he gave us that was like, I wouldn't enjoy it.
I'm worried we have like E-Tac, William Heaven Hill, Russell's 15, and that's what I'm worried about. Here.
No, but then right? I will say, well, I'm going to wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait.
Also in the chat, Jason Bird Dog, Wild Turkey Donut is my favorite blind. Okay, now he is just
I
flexing.
need to hear a little bit about that.
Wild
Yeah,
turkey
the Wild
donut.
Turkey Donut.
How many
We
of those do
always-
they have to put in a blind? Do they have multiple donuts where you can
Oh,
put
yeah.
like? I thought they only had one.
Well, Bird Dog, if anyone's got it, he's got it.
All right, I've got to have some more D.
All right. Yeah, wait, clip that.
I need some more D,
All right.
and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
in raw. Look,
Okay, here we go.
this is the show you get. This is the show.
Yeah.
Look, if you
This is
subscribe
what
to
you get
us,
for a Tuesday.
like I've been told before, I don't ask people to subscribe enough. Look, if you would like to go in raw and you would like to get the D, subscribe now.
We'll just leave it at that. And if you like whiskey, there you go. There you go.
I'm gonna be in trouble. Mama Hack, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm really not. I'm good. Promise. I'll be in trouble for that one.
All right. That's fine.
So,
All
any
right.
guesses so far?
Yeah.
Any guesses you want to disclose, anyways?
And this one's gonna screw me up. Well, Hack, you said yeah.
No, I'll let you go first though. I don't want to.
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
I think it's gonna be really hard. I mean, if you've done this, if you've done blinds before and they've been really random, and you've put some of your favorite pours in, and you put some of your least favorite or just wild cards, that like it's hard to land on distilleries. Sometimes some distilleries, you're like, got that, and then sometimes you don't, and it's like mood, and it's what have you eaten? If you've had an ear infection for a week, right?
Yeah.
So-
But I would like to throw all of that out and say, yes, I've had an ear infection for a week. My nose I still feel stopped up, but I still think that whiskey's whiskey. I like good whiskey.
No excuses, Hack. All right, here we go.
I'm-
Let's start with favorite.
I just want to pick my
that's all right.
favorite. I just want to pick my favorite.
Okay, go.
And this is hard. Like if I'm rating all of these, Tim, there is nothing under an 8. Nothing.
Yeah.
I've had nothing under an 8. But if I was just gun to my head, got to rank them right now. C and A are right here next to each other, and I need one more shot at them both.
CNA, you said?
C and A, yeah.
All right,
So good.
we're doing it that way. I'm going CDBA.
C D B
C
A.
is in cat. C
Okay.
is in cat.
I'm writing
D
this
is in
over here.
dog.
Okay, you went C D B A. Yeah, I think I'm the finish. Here's the difference in C and A. C has a better finish, so the connectivity is a little bit longer, and it carries you through the journey. A is like I want to be cradled and just held on to. Like I would like Mac to hold me to his bosom. Is A.
I feel like A is something you could sit there and you could
Yeah.
have a lot of cores of.
I think A and
No.
and typically A is something that I'm going to pick most of the time if I'm just want a lot of pores. Like that's what I'm going to pick with A. C to
C
me
has a lot more flavors in it.
a lot more flavors, a lot more variety. There's a lot more complexity, but it's not off-putting.
You have an idea of distillery?
I think
For some of these?
that C is probably E.H. Taylor batch 11, maybe 12, somewhere in there. I think.
If you can get some barrel proof and bash, that's next level.
Well, there's zero chance I'm right. Zero chance I'm right. But I that's the level I'm going to put C at. My batch 11 E.H. Taylor is my favorite E.H. product I've ever had. Like, it's really, really good. And it reminds me of that. It's got that sweet oak. It's got that sweet nose. It's got the caramel butterscotch, but it's got the finish that will not quit. Like C, I keep trying, and the finish on C is just really, really great. But what's your favorite? And talk through which one you like the most and why.
I think C is my favorite. I'm also kind of worried it's a mash bill 2 or sorry, mash bill 1, whatever, the Taylor is something like that. I feel like that, but I think D is a Russell's product, like a 13 or something. But I don't know if I feel like we're getting there, and I love it. But also A kind of screwed with me because it has a turkey nose. And some of those single barrels get tricky, and you blind them, and then you wake up and you go, "What did I just do?"
Yeah. Yeah. A's got the turkey. 100%. A has a turkey nose. 100%. A has the turkey nose. It's got that dustiness. Got that. And if you spend enough time on it now that I've spent more time drinking through, and now I get the cherry mac that I didn't get before.
Yeah. So
if you think that A is a turkey product, knowing that it's lower proof, what would you think it is?
I would think it's
Thinking that it tastes lower proof, what would you think it is?
Wild Turkey 70.
I was gonna say that or the new 8-year 101. Okay, we need to? Do we have any other? Okay, so
C. I said that's my favorite. A is my second, and then I've got to pick between B and D. You said D is your second favorite. Talk about D for a minute.
Well, I almost drank the whole damn thing. Let's see. I like the dusty dried fruit nose.
It smells so good now. The longer it sits here, the better it smells.
I get a little bit of that with Wild Turkey that I like, which sometimes it gets a little too much when the cinnamon goes like red hot cinnamon, right? I don't like that too much. This gets right up to that line where I get that baking spice that's really good. And I get the honey and it comes back. It's almost like reminding me of like this, single rick house, but I don't think you would give us any of that. And if I call the Buffalo Trace product a single rick house, I'm going to quit. Anyway, so
my ranking, just so you know, and it's so like they're so close. Like there's not a lot of distance. There's like normally I'll say like this one's way up here and everything. They're all up here. They're all up here. Is my ranking is C, A, D, B, and it's not that I hate B. So let's talk about B for a second. Like
yeah, let's do it.
Why is it last for both of us?
You?
No, it's last for me. It's third for you, right? Yeah.
Which makes me sad about A. They're all great, like you said. I think I really like finish. I care a lot about that, and I also like having the high rye bourbon is like one of my favorite, mash bills. This gets kind of to me closer to that. If we're not talking Wild Turkey, so I feel like this had more of a finish than A to me, which is why I chose it. Although I think you're right about that first and mid palate of A, which is just great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to go through one more time, or
no? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Do the reveal.
Let's do this. Let's do this. The way we would like to reveal
Okay.
is we both picked C first. So let's wait a minute. We
Okay.
have A and
yeah.
B. I have A second. Mac has it last. Let's reveal B. What is B? Because I have
B?
it last and Mac has it third. B.
So B as in boy, is a 12-year Willet purple top.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. That I picked Willet last.
Yeah.
That
So 12-year purple top.
Purple top, third.
At 128 proof.
128 proof. Okay.
Drink that thing. And that finish and the spice, I loved it.
So that was
So I gave you guys a clue early on that these are all in the same kind of level. So you just pulled a purple top. Do you want to revise any of your others?
Oh my!
No. I'm sticking to my guns. I do not change. I'm sticking to my guns.
Any of your? I didn't mean your ranking. I mean your guess on what they are.
I still think A is a turkey product. I still think that C is somewhere in the E.H. Taylor family, and I still think D is a weeder. But that's me. Mac, do you want to change anything?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Which one do you want next?
Let's do D next. I have that one fourth. Mac has it second.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was kind of the flyer I gave you guys in the group.
Oh God, I'm so scared.
This is Discovery 12.
All right.
So the reason I thought that Mac would like it is 48% old turkey product.
Yep.
48% 14-year turkey.
It's a blend, so that's why. It's a blend, and so you're trying to figure it out, right, Mac?
Yep.
Which that's why. Well, and like anyone in Rare Bird, which Bird Dog's gonna give me some shit for this, but I at least picked the turkey out here, but of like I think I even said I thought this could have been a single rick house from them, which would have been such a four, but that Discovery 12, yeah, wow.
So this one is at 115 proof.
So I picked 115. Yeah.
Yep.
So I picked A second. Mac picked it last. Let's get a reveal on A.
On A.
Oh, please don't. I think it's a turkey product.
You think it's a turkey product?
No, I thought it was, but
Old Fitz. Bottled and bond.
Old Fitz 13-year VVS.
13-year. God, that was such a good pour, man.
Wow.
13-year VVS.
The weeder, like maybe the funkiness of the nose threw me. I apologize, turkey fan.
It's the age. It smells like a rickhouse. Now, here's the thing. I have an Old Fitz 11. I've never opened because the bottle is so beautiful. But that one got us, Tim. You're getting us back 100%. All right. Here's what's scary. Just to recap, we've had a Disco 12. We'd had a Willet Purple Top. We'd have a 13-year VVS that we said, no. That's not our favorite. Yeah. We both agree that C is our favorite. Are you a little nervous right now, Mac?
I'm very nervous.
I don't think you have anything to be embarrassed about it being your favorite.
Okay, all right. Then let's see what C is our favorite that we pick.
So C is a President's Choice.
Oh my!
I told you!
Wow.
Told you! Yeah.
And I even like discounted. I was like, "There's no way this is a President's Choice."
So this one is Barrel 71, aged 11 summers, and is 58.1% alcohol.
I'm so disappointed I poured this much of this tonight. Now, I'm so disappointed in myself that I poured. Hey, Tim, that's one hell of a lineup, my friend. Like, my God. Thank you.
Before we pat any of ourselves, and especially you on the back, Hack, but thank you. That, oh my gosh. Who's having blinds like this? I'll never have this again. Whoa.
Are you ever make it up to Indianapolis? You're going to completely ignore the fact that I said this reminds me of Old President's for like we're gonna ignore that.
Well, You did, and I do, which was impressive. But as the chat also mentioned, you also maybe said it was E.H. Taylor barrel proof. But at the same time, you did say it was President's Choice, so you get credit for that. And I also
You
just
should have stuck to your guns.
Look, if you just say as many brands as you can, you'll be right.
that was impressive. Wow. Well, thank you, Tim. Tim, what do you?
Oh my gosh.
What did you? So, what is your fave in this lineup?
Well, my favorite is probably the old Fitz. Nice
love
and smooth, lots of cherry,
Yeah.
lots of like bursts of cherry. You get a little bit of that wheat in there. 100 proof is easy to drink. My second place is probably the President's Choice. Lots of flavor, lots of bold flavors on that one.
Yeah.
A little bit higher proof on it. Third, I would say, is probably the Disco 12. Love the older Wild Turkey in it. Love the notes you get off of that. And last, but definitely not least, I'd say is the Willet Purple Hop.
Yeah.
And again, it's not because that's a bad whiskey.
So I think,
You know,
Tim, you and I almost have the identical. Like I went CADB. Is that how you went?
I went AC,
AC, DB. So we flipped 1 and 2. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And to the chat, yeah, I may have said that remind me of E.H. Taylor. I probably did. But the fact that I thought something was old,
Phil had it. Yeah.
but here's the thing: is like to our wives and girlfriends, we know expensive whiskey, right?
I mean, yeah.
We picked President's Choice. I mean, how much is President's Choice on secondary?
Oh, I mean, who was I? Someone I was talking to. I was like sent the picture of the President's. They like I've never even tasted President's. I mean, like you can't. That's hard to get.
No, let me be real. I didn't even know it existed until Spillway.
Yeah.
I
Well, I made. So
the
and
bad
just-
thing is now that you've had President's Choice, I'm not sure you can ever taste a birthday bourbon
I know.
ever again.
You're right,
Because
Tim.
in my opinion,
You're so right, Tim.
in my opinion, it's better.
So just for the chat, 21090s in the chat. Hey, cheers, guys. Welcome. Excited for your stream later. Just so for the chat, let's just say what was blinded one more time, Tim. What did you blind for us?
So A was a Old Fitz 13 VVS.
This is ridiculous.
B was a 12-year Purple Top. C was a 11-year President's Choice. And D was Disco 12 from Bardstown,
Yeah.
which was the flyer out of the group.
If any of our viewers would like to top 10, we're ready. Just send us. I'll send you our address.
Please, we'll do any blind like that you would like.
Yeah. If you would like us to blind anything else, we'll send you our address. And, hey, just top 10. That's all. That's all you got to do.
There is something about
I set you a high bar.
an old there is something about an older weeder that Fitz bottle, which like I did kind of critique it, sort of unfairly, but maybe it's just my palate. I mean, I still really liked it, and also it was the lowest proof, right?
Right.
I was a bit.
It's 100 proof.
Bit of a proof whore. But I mean, the nose on that was.
So
you talk about
good.
cherry and sour cherry. I was getting that for days, and that's where I was like, oh god.
But see, what's funny is you put that VVS last for you.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It was that hard, right? It was tough.
Again, that President's Choice, you can't beat that bottle.
I mean, So I mean, for me personally, like the fact that I picked the President's Choice 1, right? And then I picked the 13-year VVS, and then I went to the Disco 12, and then I went to the Purple. Disco 12 being a little bit above the Willet Purple Top, like for me, it makes sense. I just something about the Willet mash bill. I've yet to find an expression, even the Purple Top, that I'm like
your Purple Top.
that I'm in love with, but I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. It's not that I don't love it. It's just
I do want to say the fact that you called out President's Choice as being in the mix and identified it at all is very impressive.
Thank you.
also was a bit impressive with my turkey confusion with D. So Disco
And
12.
listen, chat.
That's
chat.
intentionally why I put that one in there.
And listen, chat. If you were impressed with that, you have to watch our next live stream where we're going to walk you through our video of Watch Hill Proper, because what Mac does at Watch Hill Proper, us three were there, and I just want to tease it a little bit, guys. It's
their staff was impressed.
yes. When you have the manager of Watch Hill Proper coming up to you going, I've never seen anything like that. Like, that's Mac. Like, I can't wait to preview it for our folks.
Proud of that moment. Maybe most proud ever.
So we got to keep moving. Tim, thank you. I cannot thank you enough.
Give the applause.
We appreciate
Anytime,
you.
guys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, Tim, we appreciate you. We're going to get now to the crack, which I don't even know. What are we even drinking now at this point, Mac? Like, good God. Like, how do you compete with what we just did? Like, I don't know what to do next.
I think it's pretty easy. Called Jack Daniel's 14. Also, shout out to 1090 for the sample they sent me. Awesome. They're trying to hack. I know they sent me a sample of Jack 14.
Wait, I sent you a sample of Jack 14.
I know, but theirs was bigger.
First, you're going in raw. Second, you tell me people got it bigger. Like this, we've gotten to a point where I just don't know. Like you know, and I know the guys at 21090, like they're big into 80s rock, right? Like those rock bands. I've watched enough rockumentaries to know that when you get too big too fast, it just all goes to shit and it falls apart. And I feel like we're close to that. I feel like you've gotten too big too fast, and me sending you a Jack 14 means nothing to you anymore, and I'm a little hurt. I'm hurt.
No, it meant a lot that you did that. It just, they had the bigger bottle. It just, 21090 really cares about.
They had the bigger bottle. All right.
Anyway, no, but thank you very much for your sample too. But I'm drinking Jack 14.
Wait, did they really send you a sample?
Yeah, they did.
Jesus Christ! What?
Thanks, Todd, Andy. Anyway,
they want to steal you from me.
I'm drinking. They've got some great barrel picks coming. Anyway, okay, so here's what I'm going to talk about is Jack 14. That's the crack tonight. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's a better whiskey out there. I mean, you get the leather, you get the just the nose. I could just sit here for 30 minutes sniffing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get that Bananas Foster, the caramelized sort of that like caramel bubbling at the bottom, the steakhouse smell. There's a little bit. It's a little meaty. I hadn't even sniffed it yet. You get some of that dark. You get a little bit of dark. I get some dark blackberry. Maybe some dried fruit. It keeps going. Maduro cigar. Like not just a light, but like that dark. But like when you've been kind of like mouthing it for a bit, and you're on the golf course, sun setting. You've just shot what you birdied the 17th hole. You're going in for a record. Oh, that's what Jack 14 is. Hard to get better than that. Tennessee, my friend. That's what we're cracking tonight, right? Yeah. Cheers.
Well, now that you've got additional samples of Jack 14 and you don't need Hack anymore, I would like everybody to know we're probably going to see, the next time the show releases, it's probably just going to be the Mac show. So I would like to say to everyone, I've enjoyed it. I've liked being here. I've enjoyed like getting to ride his coattails up until now, and I hope that at some point. No. So
yeah, right.
What I'm having tonight is something from our barrel pick because Tim, our good friend. Man, it's good to have good friends. This is what I like about the whiskey community. I like that the fact that there are people that are just kind and generous, and I try to be that guy too, right? Like but Tim keeps like, so Tim just received in the mail the pecan pie rye finished in a stag barrel right here. that we
Awesome.
picked for our friends over at Good Times. Oh, it's so good. It's like cinnamon on the nose, and oh, finishes on whiskey. Now that I sat there and I did all those like very traditional bourbons, this is what you want when you like mix it up. Like you ever like you're drinking a little cold beer during the day and you're like, man, I want something different, and you just throw something different in. Like that's what finishes are. Finishes are just something different. But like, man, it's got that thick cinnamon syrup. God, it's so good, and it's got spice on the back end, so a little bit of heat. I mean, such a good pick. Such a good pick.
That was a great pick. That was awesome. And it also, didn't you get that like right before the stream?
Like, yeah. So, well, we're in here prepping for the show, like trying to get ready, and FedEx goes off, and my dogs go crazy, and my wife goes, "Hey, it came!" And so, literally, yeah. So the box, the whole thing, Tim.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So minutes before the show. And Tim was kind enough not only send me the pecan pie rye stag, but also sent me a Samoa, which, man, that's my favorite Girl Scout cookie. Samoa. It's a little bit of chocolate coconut. And then he also sent me a Coco Loco, which, I mean, come on now. Come on.
He's also saying to crack the old Rick.
Oh, and yeah. So he sent me a sample. So I want to educate people a little bit. So like these little sample bottles, right? 2-ounce bottles. We order them on Amazon. They don't cost much. I've got a running inventory of them. And the Houston Basement Dwellers, my whiskey group here, we do a ton of this where like we just share samples. Like, hey, I want to try before I buy. Or, hey, Hack said that's really good. Let me try it. Or, Wes has a great, like, we love, and one of the things that brings a great joy in the whiskey community is when you give someone a sample and their competing group, because they have a really bigger YouTube than you, and they give them to your friend, that like you're appreciated.
Hey, there's no competition here, right? Hack, other than friendship. I might, me and Todd and Andy might be close.
Yeah, it's all good. But no, it's all good.
So but that sip that you're having right now, I sipped on. We picked that one, right? And that's going to your local store, right?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Okay. And you guys up there, you guys did a pick too together, and this is why the community is so awesome, because like guys invite you to come do a pick, they invite you to like try whiskeys together, and look. If you don't have a whiskey group, find a whiskey group. I'm not recommending like any one over the other, but or do like me and be crazy and create your own group where you say, guys, do y'all like, hey, everybody want to hang out? So we've got our bottle share coming up. I know you've seen our Houston Basement Dweller group. Like we're just
awesome. We're
just guys who love whiskey and just like to hang out and share, and that's what's so cool about the community.
Yeah. Shout out Houston Basement Dwellers. Thank you for, accepting me. You guys are awesome. Can't wait to get down there.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Like that's one of the things about us, even though we have like minimal viewers, but we do this because we love it. And I think also we want to support all the different ones, 100%. Right? Like find your community, find your group, find your, also don't just, okay. Can I say one more thing?
Of
Might
course.
be controversial.
Oh, say it.
Don't just join for the drops, right? Like,
yeah.
Don't join for the drops. It's a nice thing when they have them, but like find the community that you connect with. For the most part, a lot of these groups are going to have good drops. Also, some of them are better than others, and you'll kind of find that out. But like at the end of the day, you join for the people that are there, and I've really made some great friends. Like him, who's on here, we in Louisville went around. We went to Louisville, we went to Nulu, we went to so many places. We had a blast, and and then obviously you Hack, we connected through. So
yeah,
sorry, I'm not trying to.
No.
This feels bad.
No. Look. I think no. Look, we're friends. We're always going to be friends.
Always.
I've got the T-shirt. I'm good. I don't want to. I think I'm coming off as a little insecure. I don't mean to be that. I'm not insecure.
I don't know. It's okay.
And here's the thing: we had more of the show planned tonight, but I feel like Mac, because we're getting close to that hour time frame. I want to keep it tight here. We were going to do a FLAC. We're going to save some things. So let's talk about some things we've got coming in the future, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Like
so we're going to do kind of our mid-year review,
I like it.
things that so far we really like, or things that we don't. Now here's the question, and I'm going to throw this out to our chat. Is like if a whiskey like George T. Stagg, which I've got right up there.
Oh.
If that's released in 2024, but 2025 hasn't come out yet, is that a new release, or is that a how do you determine like what are new releases like? Because that's the struggle I'm going through. Is like I want to rate some new whiskeys, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, for those that actually have a ton of viewers, I think they have to wrestle with that. And luckily, we have the best viewers.
Yeah,
we don't
because they're our friends. Yeah.
But I think that is a real question. Is it calendar year release? How do you have to buy the bottle? Do you have what about a sip if you had it at the distillery? That sort of thing. I think we can make our own rules.
Yeah. So I think the rule is like if I've had it and they haven't released a new one, I'm considering that new to me. Is that fair?
I like that, and especially mid-year as we kind of look at what's been released.
So there's one. There's one I got to get to, which I haven't yet.
Oh yeah.
So Whiskier, who was the very first to post the MGP sluts. Shout out to Whiskier for putting us on there. Yeah, thank you for putting us on your your video. He said this is his whiskey of the year so far.
Yeah. He got some flack for that at first because I think a lot of people think of Jefferson's, right? What do they think of?
Boat whiskey.
Yeah. I think of boat whiskey, and I think of some difficult pours from back in the day when that first came out and I bought a bottle. And they kept doing it. And I hear actually a couple of them are good, but what's that proof? I think it's like what,
130. 130. Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to do something right. He loves it. And for how much?
This one I bought it at Total Wine in California for $67. Doesn't break the bank. So I mean, we talked about this before, right, Mac? Like when you're ranking whiskeys, do we put cost into the equation? Because obviously I paid a little bit more than that for that George T. Stagg. But if this one at $60-something is, just as good, is that worth, I don't know, the conversation? I don't know.
I think, president's choice, right? Like all of us have to drink every night. Is that do we count that at, like the cost of that? No, I think that's something. But I think at the same time, if you have the bottle, if you've had the pour, like for instance, I had we were in Louisville. I had to pour the cathedral, the Bardstown Cathedral, right? Which you can't find that. Some people have found it, but that bottle's hard to find. I got the pour at the bar. I don't remember it. That kind of thing. How do you rank that? I think for the most parts, the bottles we have that aren't out yet, I like that.
Yeah. But Mac, do you think that you talk about like the bottles that aren't out yet, but like you found a niche, right? With like the things that takes releasing, like whether it be Raven or whether it be some of the Buff Turkey, which by the way, I've got a future plan. I've got back up there by my H, I've got all my Buff Turkey samples lined out, which again, this is why you need to make friends in the whiskey community because they're going to send you great samples. But do you think that like there's a place where you say, all right, I'm going to stick to this person that releases great whiskey, or do you like bouncing around and finding like your own thing?
Yeah, I do like I like trying a ton of new things. I'm getting a little better at taking flyers on expensive bottles. A little better, you know. I say that hesitantly out of the chat. Do you guys take flyers on expensive bottles? Do you have FOMO? I think that's hard to kind of get over.
It is hard.
There's certain palettes that I know and that like I trust, kind of, like take A West, who did the Raven, the Reverie series.
Yeah.
If I'm going to take a flyer, it'll be him. I love turkey stuff, right? So that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I mean, I think you have an amazing palate, and normally, like, if you like it, I know it's gonna like be great. And I think one of the things that I would say is like, I was talking in our chat earlier today, and this will, I don't know, we can end pretty soon. Is that like I think some of the big box stores, Total Wine being one of them, like when they've got a store pick, if I can't try it in store, I'm probably not going to go. Like, I don't know. There probably certain things, like a Stag store pick from Total Wine. Would you still buy it? Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
but there's certain things that you're like, I want a name behind it. I want someone that I trust that's tried it that says. And I think we're all looking for that validation at some point. Like, but even us, like we've tried like whiskeys here and like, oh, we like this, we like that. Like there's like the blind we did tonight. Like there's people that would try something and they'd be like, oh, y'all are crazy. I like this. Totally cool. Like I want you to enjoy what you enjoy. And I don't want to control your opinion, but I'm just going to give you mine. And like, I don't want to be, I don't know, criticized because I like this or you like that. And I won't do the same with you,
Yeah, I agree. Which that's why, when people are starting out and they're on they're on your Discord or they're on your chat and they're, saying thing or they're like, what do you think of this? Or, we should respect where everyone is in their whiskey journey.
Yeah.
And everyone has the bottles we just had in our blinds. Thank you, Tim.
The blind we just had is insane. And I hope everyone knows how much we appreciate Tim. We're going to end it here. And Mac, enjoy hanging out with you like always, from the bottom of my heart. And have fun on the interview tonight. And listen, guys, whiskey should be fun. And have fun with it. Enjoy yourselves. And hope everybody has a great week. Mac, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm going to be on the 21090. I'll put it here in the stream.
Yeah, please go to 21090, guys. They're an amazing channel and have been very supportive of us, which I'm deeply grateful for. So go overseeing that 21090 group. They do a great job, and enjoy it, guys.
Yeah, it's been great. Thanks all. Till next week.
Peace out, y'all. All right.